Hello everyone and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration playthrough. Today we will be continuing the yesterday's build, and I have to say I've got some ideas about how stuff which we were thinking about should be done, mainly about how to extract exactly 4 and 2 of them at once and feed them into machines. Because yes, this is what we are going to be doing. So I have given it a bit of thoughts, and oh yeah, first of all there was a to-do here. There was a to-do by a Move Mix issue, who very convincingly noted, what's the verb? What's the adjective? Very rightfully noted that these actually will not work, because the point of these is to basically, every time these output, these feed back into a memory, and every time these insert, this memory should be reduced. Now, what I'd like to see is, first of all, I'd like to not use the inserters here, but I'd like to use a mini loader instead, first of all, because this will allow for a faster input. We are sure we're going to be consuming this full belt, but I never want to wire a mini loader. I'm worried about side effects. I'm going to be wiring the belt itself in pulse mode. But before this, I'd like to make a simple test. Whether they are actually properly working as, you know what? Let's do it like this. Just a simple test to be sure that inserters and belts read without any problems whatsoever with the fast belts. And I'm gonna copy the setup here. Albeit with the same items. So, there's gonna be this memory, and there's gonna be this one. Because the idea is to just test whether they work. Everything that these output, along with these, is gonna be wired to the memory here, store, and this one is gonna be, again, not the mini loader, but the belt in front of it is gonna be pulsing here. Read belt contents in pulse mode, and we are gonna be reading what we receive back. And I just want to see that even if this is like running, there is no problem with counting. Like, the memory should be at 0 at the end of the day. These should read in pulse mode as well. And oh, you know what? Let's also enable them. Let's say when there is a green signal, get enabled, so that we can easily. Do they have any green wire? Oh yeah, they have. Hold on, they have both wires. They are wired. Oh yeah, with the contents. This is the red wire is a set filter here. And the green wire is actually what is making them pulse. So you know what? Let's do it like that as well. Let's have the green wire for the pulses. Some small experience. Pam pam. And the red wire I'm still gonna be keeping it here, but that's just to disable the test. It might be a little bit unnecessary, but I really want to be 100% sure that they work as intended. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be setting a green signal in this combinator, which is gonna enable them, and we can toggle it off when we want to stop the experiment. And the experiment will be just checking whether all the items. Let's have the concrete, for example. We want to be checking that all the items which exit here are properly counted, and when they are perceived back in pulse mode, they are properly subtracted. A very simple test of the contraption here. Put this back on the green wire, the pulse is here, and yeah, the output here could be, you know what, we could even set up some nice Nixie tubes just to be sure. So wire this green wire with some. Should it be green or should it be? Let's have the red one. Because in the end of the day, it's the red one which goes out, and these are just going to be checking whether the concrete is above the value, and if yes, have their count. Okay, so now as we turn this on, these are going to be passing into the memory. The count is going to be increasing, but as they reach this one, they will and they enter the chest, they should get subtracted. So let's see if it works. 48, 72, 96, and then going back. I'm gonna put some more in the chest. Do we have more concrete? Maybe no. Okay, let me cancel, and after we cancel them, everything should go back to 0. It is not going back to 0. Hey, fastest! Why are fees input onto that belt and then splitter filtered to the side? Oh, that's for the future, because on this belt, as you might not remember, but these 2 inserters, they are filtered to output either lambdas or fees, depending on which ones we have more of. Because fees can become lambdas and lambdas can become fees. And a point is we are going to be pushing lambdas on this left belt into the lambda to fees factory, which is this one. And fees are going to go on a separate belt into fees to lambda factory, which is going to be another factory. There's going to be one tile for this belt for transforming lambdas into fees, and this belt to do the backwards transformation for fees. I was muted for most of yesterday's stream, so I missed that part. No problem. Yeah, don't hesitate to ask, of course. And I'm very worried about the memory here. The tests the tests were not exactly as I hoped they would be. Let's start with like one item. I did well to test. I'm very worried. Let's also take an item of which we have more than like 100. Let's I don't know. Let's test. What is an item we have a lot of? Express transport belts. So this one should measure the transport belts. So let's put only one and see whether it's working with one. So we're gonna put you know what? Just do it like that. One belt here and then just enable. So one is getting out, and bam, one is inserted back. One is inserted back. So even after we disable it. Wait, what? Hold on, even with one it didn't work? Where is it? Where's the item? Where's the belt? Hold on, it was the belt. So many meetings around the time you stream. That's unfortunate, but yeah, if you feel like you want to know something something you have missed, it's okay to ask anytime, of course. I don't know where the belt went. Let's try it again. So on the belt, 1, go back in, 1, go back, 1, yeah, 0 when it comes back, and 1 when it gets outputted. Oh, wait a second. This inserter is the issue, right? It's not. It's almost like. It's almost as if this inserter was not connected to the rest of them. Hold on. Try again. One of them, like this one, when this one outputs, it doesn't seem to be working. And where did it go? Where did the item go? Where did it disappear? Hold on. I promise I haven't taken it. Maybe did I take it from the? Okay, let's test it again. Where do they go? It's a mystery. Output 1. Go back. Output. Go back. And they go in order, by the way. This, and this. Bam. And now you. And now back to you. Yeah. 1. So when I disable them. No, it works. And it gets. Did you see? Whenever I press F, the item disappears from the belt. Oh, is it because... Oh! Okay, F is also the shortcut to collect the items from the belt. Okay, this is the reason. F might not be the best shortcut, because pressing F makes the character collect the items from the belt, which is why we had so many items previously, because I have picked them up from the belt. They didn't have time to reach this one to get collected. Okay, now I understand. So we need to stand a bit further, and I also have unchecked the use resistance to pick up items from the floor. So the test should now be unhindered. Press F, exactly, F, press F. So let's see with the belts. Okay, let's go. So as they output, they pulse into the memory, and as they go back through this one, they should be like going back. And now, if I stop, it should reach 0 once again. Yes, perfect. No problem with like counting pulses, which is very good. I'm a bit worried about this because, I mean, it's Factorio, right? Factorio is very well implemented, but for many other games, they would be like, I don't know, there could be an error on the counting, especially considering the fact that it's not vanilla belts, right? They are faster belts, so I couldn't be sure, but now I am. Perfect. Let's now implement this. And what has been pointed out yesterday was that we are doing the same for the spheres. However, the -1 count, we are always receiving the complement. We output lambdas, but we are receiving fees instead. So what we need to be doing is transforming them into their complements and not just multiplying them by -1, because we're going to be subtracting fees from lambdas, and it's not going to be correct. So in order to handle this situation, hold on, where do they pulse? Where do they pulse? Oh, it's this one. This one needs to be pulsing inside that one. And in order to handle this, what we need to do is to have the machine taking, we cannot use all signals, we need to have lambdas multiplied by -1, outputting fees. We're gonna be seeing if there are lambdas come in, and we know that we need to subtract fees from the system. So we're gonna multiply lambdas by -1 and send a result as fees like that. And we need to do same thing 4 times, because we have the opposite operation, fees into lambdas, and also the other 2 complements, which are x's and epsilons. Like that. Lambdas and fees. All of them multiplied by -1. Let's properly connect it without making mistakes. Pam, pam, pam. Pam, pam, pam. Connect it to this belt, which is gonna be reading belt contents in pulse mode, and we are gonna be sending the information directly. Oh, I should have tested here if the mini loader works, but I'm not trusting mini loaders. So this should be good. This should be good. We're passing back the information of the complements like this. And now back to the part I was kind of not struggling, but didn't know how to do yesterday. But I have thought about this, and what I'm thinking about doing. And Faustus, it might solve the issue that you were concerned with, where they would not all go inside one of these. My idea is to have the 4 filter mini loaders, which are gonna be enabled on a condition when we need to basically balance all of this out, and they output into a chest, into a like buffering chest. And these mini loaders, these filters are gonna be having the fixed values, lambdas, fees, epsilons, and x's. They have the oh wait, not like this. Lambdas, fees, epsilons, and x's, and they're just gonna be receiving a signal, letting them know whether they should pulse or not. And this signal could be, I don't know, a green signal. If it's positive, then make a pulse, basically. Oh, bad copy paste here, epsilons and x's. And the best part is that we're gonna be having a mini loader from here, not even a filter. So everything that goes into this chest needs to be pushed into these machines. Actually, it's the opposite one. This one should go here, and what we want is the other recipe. Oh wait, they change! No wait, they change! Oh, I forgot that they change. Oh, never mind, never mind. These ones change. These ones don't change. These ones are off. I was like scared for a second. These ones don't change. These ones are the same. So we need to be passing these on the belt into these machines, and just to show that it works, they are going to be sent by batches. Reason being is that all of these swing at the same time, but one item at a time. So they have a rotation speed of 864 per second, so every 864 divided by 360 seconds, we are going to be having a swing. But these mini loaders work very fast, so as soon as there are 4 items which gets inside this chest, they're going to be outputted by this mini loader as a batch of 4, which needs to be passed into the machines. So here, for the as testing, let's just enable them, which is why I have put this one mini loader, and just to connect them. Oh, you only see batches of 3 because they don't have we don't have epsilons, but it should be batches of 4. And look at how they exit in batches. The quote-unquote problem with this setup would be that the limiting factor of the factory is actually the swings of these hands, or maybe these. So we cannot, this factory cannot process more items that we are able to swing, right? Which is kind of a limiting factor, but again, it's still like I'm not sure if we reach one day a point where we're gonna be needing that many transformations, and if yes, we can actually have a should we already prepare for having 2? Let's not prepare for having 2, but let's have these factories, let's leave some space, just in case we need to adjust the way they're stored in front in the future. Let's have the factories being a bit here. So, and that's it. That's how they're going to be received. Now, how are they going to be actually processed? And thank you for asking. My solution here would be to do something. Yeah, let's leave some space here. Let's leave this space. And let's leave 2 tiles of space. 1, 2, because we're going to be having belts. 1, 2, something like this. So if we need to place some more chests somewhere here, it's going to be doable. 1 more maybe. Okay. And the way to do so, let's also use the black belts here. Yeah, these are like everything combined. Let's use black ones. Doing it like that, going here. And what we need to make sure is that this one takes the full batch. It takes the full batch. And I have been thinking about different techniques, like for example, I don't know, making a splitter and making sure we have the batch on this belt or something. But actually there's no need for all of these shenanigans. The only thing we need to do is this. The only thing we need to do is this. And with this setup, we are absolutely sure that the first batch is going to be absorbed into this machine, because we have 4 inserters swinging inside the chest and 4 of them in front of the machine, so there's no way this is faster than this. And basically they're going to be filling this machine up to full. It's going to be prioritized over what comes after. And in order to make this like fast, we can do the same. Flip them. And kind of shift them a bit, so lambdas are prioritized into this machine, and if we have too many lambdas coming, the next ones are going to be taken into this machine, and we can tile this setup more and more. So this is going to be making sure that this machine has priority over every other machine that comes next. This machine is the second having priority, etc., etc. Now again, we want to be looping back. We want to be, because I don't want spheres to be stacked on the belts, and we need more belts. Let's actually go get them. So I think with this setup, we should not be having issues of like some machines being half full and not processing, and items would be inside the machines. We are making sure that we are filling them in priority. Now there might be an issue where this recipe, like for example, when the items are here, the recipe finishes, right? The items are not have not yet entered it, but when the items are like here, this recipe finishes. So these are going to be taking epsilons and x's. But it's fine, because with the next batch, they are taking lambdas and phis. So in all cases, this machine will be full, and everything else will be passed through. So no problem here. We need to launch. Go get some more belts. Oh my god, we have no space. Why do we have so much significant data in machine learning? Can we put them? Let's put them in the active provider. I'm not sure if significant data is able to be placed anywhere, or even machine learning. No, machine learning should be able to be. The robots are not taking them for some reason. Let's debug it later. How are the belts doing? Hey, look at this. They're all full. They are all full. I like to see. Oh, this one is red. This one is yellow. This one is. Oh my god! I controls. Yeah, this one is red, and we don't have the hands. All of these are full, so these are fine. All we need to do is make sure that we have green inserters. For some reason, we don't have them. Gears? Iron gears? Seriously? Hold on. I think it's just the request issue. We need more of these. Novice. Where is Novice? Oh, I think yeah, everything is at the top. Just to make sure we have. They are all here, but we don't request enough items. And as you can see, there is no feature set here. It means that we don't need to push anything else. But what we need to do is to basically make sure we have. Where are they stored? I want to copy paste the chest. This one. Let's copy paste it twice. And basically make sure that we ask for 100 times 10, 10,000 more. 10,000 more. 13k. So yeah, they are being sent inside. 13k. Actually, 10k are not going to be filling this rocket completely, entirely, which is a little bit worrisome. You know what? Let's send it manually. Yeah, this we don't have enough storage just to request like a full rocket of items of the same item, which would be the best solution to not have this kind of issues. But it's fine. We can solve it like that. And let's pick up the stuff. So we need a bunch of normal ones, undergrounds. Yeah, let's do this and a bunch of undergrounds, like that. And then we have mini loaders and we have future mini loaders. So this is good. Should we actually never use these now? Should we never use the basic ones? Should we always be using these? It's gonna save us a bunch of tiles, especially when it comes to spaceships. Oh, I think we're ready to switch. We're ready to switch to using the best belts. Yeah, let's do that. So no more requests for the basic stuff. No more of these. Let's make sure we get rid of them. Oh, what was here? I forgot. I have removed something. Never mind. Just make sure we get rid of everything here. Come on, pick them up. Ah, fine. And let's go back. Now we are using the best belts there is. And we can also update this. Yeah. This one is now unnecessary. We don't really use it. Wait. And move this one here. Yep. We can use 5 for anything else. This is our space stuff. You know what? We might actually want to have them here. Make sure we always have 300 belts, 200 of these undergrounds, and mini loaders. Speeders, I mean, 50 is good. 50 is good because we don't really need too many usually. And of course these and these. Okay, 50 of each should do the trick. Let's go. Back to the Arcospheres. I'm excited to see the tileable balancing here at work. Yep. This is the one at the bottom. And okay, let's finish these. So when they come back, they're still going by batches, right? They still go by batches. So what we need to do is we need to we do it with input priority on the right hand side. And again, what if we have too much space? Oh, the outputs. Hold on. I forgot the outputs. Completely forgot the outputs. Did you want to set up a temporary Arcosphere factory while you build yours? You have a few valuable... Exactly. Okay, that's a good plan. Let's do that. Actually, I'd like to see your filtering in action. Now that we speak about it, talk about it. Let's actually do it. You're right. That would be the best to have it. You know, this is where it's gonna be. So let's put it here. And we have the beacons on each side. Oh, you have a beacon yourself. Like this. That's a good idea. Bam and bam. And by the way, I also need to make sure... wait, and where... Oh yeah, they're all going inside the chest, right? Oh, we need to... Beacon is... yeah, right, area beacon 1. Yep. I remember that. We have these. And what we need to do is to need to request this from buffer chests, I guess, right? Because you are having the real output inside the buffers. I'd like them to be balanced, but I don't want them to be actually used for now. I'd like them to be balanced because I'd like to reach a testing balance. Now maybe 50 of each is too much. What do you think? 50 of each in this chest is a bit too much. Let's have 10 of each. I think we only want 10. Because 50 of each, they're going to be overflowing. You're working the balancer. Hey, Kano, exactly. We're working the balancer. We're working the balancer to get rid of a couple of issues we... Oh, 50 is fine. 10 is fine. Okay. Yeah, we had a couple of issues with the previous balancer. So I thought, let's rework them. And while doing so, as a bonus, let's have a belt-only challenge. Actually, to do is done. Let's have a belt-only challenge, which is done with only like we don't use robots anymore. And second, let's make it tileable. So not only we are going to be fixing the issues with all of them not working at the same time because they block each other, but also having a tileable setup and having the nice, colorful belt-based stuff. that was the goal. Now, where should we output them? Oh, we can go for a transversal. We could use the boring each side of the belt, but I think a more a little bit prettier setup would be a sort of a transversal. Let's go through the middle. A transversal one like this. And let's output with a 2, because this is gonna allow us to have faster inputs. So they're gonna be... what do we do with this chest, by the way? Because oh, they are balanced out inside the chest, right? They're balanced out inside the chest. So at the end of the day, all of these will be... Yeah, on the right-hand side, we can see that all of them are properly balanced. So congrats, your blueprint. Your balancing is working wonders. And same logic as Kano, by the way. You check whether we have more of these two than these two, and put them, but with a different solution. You have them multiplied by 1 or by -1, and the inserters are using this check signal value. Similar logic. I feel like I'm the only weirdo here, which who went with the formulas. Everyone solved it in an intuitive and nice way, and I'm the weirdo here who went for. But hey, proud to be a weirdo. Where should we pass these? We kind of have like one tile remaining. And by the way, we're gonna be like for now. This is a bit temporary. I think since they are balanced. We might want to put them back here. We can now test these. Oh, we can test these. We don't need to test them because they're all properly balanced. So just finish them up. Now these are going to be pulsing. They're going to be taken into priorities here, etc., etc. And the output is going to be going out, and the output needs to go inside this chest. So here inside this chest, we're going to be having the opposite setup. Now we know where the chest needs to be placed. This one provides lambdas, phis, epsilons, and x's, and that one chest will provide the other for zeta, theta, gamma, and omega. This is the chest providing the other four. And the inputs, oh yes, they can actually go like this. And you know what, let's have undergrounds here. Oh my god, these undergrounds are so nice. They are so nice. Now, for the bottom side, we can do exactly the same. But flipping it, wrong flip. Oh, like that. Exactly the same, but going from the other chest. However, not exactly aligned. Let's have a small shift. Or should we go with the like full shift? No, let's have the minimal shift. Pam pam. The reason for this shift is to be able to place this underground on this side. And these are basically feeding these. Oh, wait a second, we need to also combine them. What if these get combined? How are we gonna do it? Maybe something like this? Only half a belt? I think only half a belt is good enough because these are never gonna be fast. Yeah, only half a belt here is good enough because they are never gonna be these four inserters with a stack size of 1 never gonna be able to fill half a belt. So these are the bottleneck. So we can do it like this. There are novice belts underground, just like the DSS belts in K2. Oh, that's convenient. You have insanely fast belts and long undergrounds early game. That actually helps a lot facilitating the belt-based base. And you might have you might not worry about like you can put easily items on each half of a belt and not worry about with high throughputs. That's really neat. That's really neat. Okay, now the logic. Now the circuitry. The circuitry is actually pretty straightforward. Actually, not that straightforward. And let's fix the situation here. Let's fix the situation. The input from these chests. This is the balancing operation, and we want basically only 4 and not all of them. So we want lambdas. You know what? Let me. We want to be having minus 80 lambdas, minus 80 fees. Why 80 is because times 4 we are gonna be able to have 360, about 400 with a bit of a buffer. Yeah, so it should be okay. Lambdas, fees, epsilons, and x's in that chest. Xi. Like that. So this is what we want to be in this chest. They're balanced towards this one, over these lines, and we will have another one. We will have a secondary one, I'd like to move this this mess here at the bottom. Let's move it. Even more. Okay, we don't need this wire. Something like this, and we want to have an input chest kind of be in the middle. Oh, that's perfect placement. And the belts are basically... Oh, they are really in the way. Hold on, let's actually do it like this. Oh yeah, even more. Get out of the way. Yep, something like... they're still gonna be in the way. That's fine. Let's actually could have just Control X. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna move them all the way here so they don't block in any way whatsoever. Because the idea would be to have oh, perfect. The idea would be to have a chest here and then a lot of chests here if we have more Arcospheres going all the way down. Basically storing them here and but for now it's unnecessary. So from this chest, what we need is moving all of these. Gonna cut. They're all connected with the green wire, yeah. And output to here. Oops. Why are they not being deleted? Hold on. Oh, by the way, we can use the better ones. But it's fine. These. You just need to connect the logistic network at the bottom. Did I? Oh, with this one. Oh, yeah. Thank you for noticing. Indeed. Indeed, yeah, we need these. So, by the way... Oh, yeah, the reasoning behind this is we're not going to be having too much of them anyways. Yeah. Okay, so these 4... should we use the better ones here? Let's use the better ones. I'd like to have only 4 of them with different colors. Let's see. Do we have... Oh my god. Is it 1-to-1 coloring? Oh wait, we don't have mini loros of different colors. Okay, never mind. Mini loros can only be of one color. That's fine. We don't need that much. We don't need that much. But it's nice to have some nice layouts here. So, the point here is that these, they need to set... Oh, these were the future mini loaders, where they need to be set features. The idea is that we are sending these towards the top side, and we're sending the other ones towards the bottom side, like that. Like that, and here we have the other ones. Lambda physical zetas, thetas, gammas, and omegas. Kind of splitting them into two to have more chests and a bit more more stuff to work with, like that. And again, I'll set filters. Oh yeah, yeah, they need to be connected through the chest. Although, just for simplification, let's just do this. Okay. So four of them go top, 4 of them go bottom, and from here we have these. From here we have these balance. Let's now focus on the. We have these. Let's now focus on the logic for these signals. We want them to be working once we have 4 of these, so what we need to do in order to make sure the logic works, we need to connect all of these chests with red wires. All of them need to be connected with the right. This is our storage. Red wire here represents the storage, and it is fine. And these actually need to be looking at the full storage, because we output only 80 of which in this chest, but we might have more of them here. So the balance needs to look at the total amount of spheres inside all the chests and not just these. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I think that having a belt throughput of 384 items per second might be overkill for only half of the Arcosphere. Actually, you know what? The bottleneck of the balancers are these inserters in the end. It's not even the belts. But I just like the way it looks. I like the way it looks. But you are absolutely right. It might be kind of an overkill. I like them having using the full side, just for the looks. This is just for the looks. But I do agree. Maybe one belt is good enough. Maybe even one belt. Man, these are so long. That's so cool. Amazing. Let's do the logic. So the logic needs to be checking all of them. Let's do it here. Let's do it here. So what we want to do is we want to sum 1, 2, 3. How should we sum it? There is barely enough space for. Let's try to fit it. Let's try to fit all here, because I'd like to. Oh god. Oh, like this. Perfect. 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 So let's sum all of them. Lambdas plus. So these need to work only when lambdas plus fees. And let's have them be on, let's say, blue signal. Lambdas plus fees plus. Puts them into a blue signal, yeah. And here epsilons, x's and epsilons. Lambdas plus fees plus x's plus epsilons. All of these are on the blue numbers. Actually, we don't need these for now. What we need to check is whether these are. Oh yeah, well, we will need these two, but for the opposite one. And these are going to be outputting, let's say, yellow. And we're going to be comparing blue to yellow, basically. Lambdas, fees, epsilons, and x's. And here are the other ones. So zeta plus theta plus gamma and plus omega. Before in the other factory I choose the kind of representative. For example, for these 4 it was lambda. For these 4 it was like zeta. But I think it's not very clear. So I think this is clearer. So what we need to do is basically subtract. These are gonna be enabled. What we need to do is basically do blue signal minus yellow signal into a green one. Which lets us know. That looks cool. It lets us know that whenever there are more blues than yellows, the green signal is positive, and these work with the green signal being positive. So that's it basically. That's the gist of it. Connect you here, and you should be connected on the green wire. Why not? Here. So now we have nothing, of course, which is fine. We need a balancer between these two as well. Should we do it or should we do it later? Let's do it. The balancer is the same logic. Okay, let's have two. 6 everywhere, it's fine. We have lots of bells. They're all produced. So here the balancer is the same logic. We are basically counting. Oh, but here we need all of them. I shouldn't have wiped. I shouldn't have wiped all of them. We're basically checking how many there are in this machine. Deck multiply by -1 with this one, and this one is that machine. However, in order to make it tileable, oh my god, in order to make it tileable, I'd like to, because this machine, for example, if in the future we have even more of them, they're gonna be like this, right? And this machine should be checked compared to this machine. Problem is they both use green wires. So right now, if we connect it like this, if we connect it like, because we need to be multiplying the amount here. Yeah, we need to be connecting them like this, right? So whatever basic and whatever. No, wait. Oh, never mind. It's only the input. It's only the input plus the. Oh yeah. And it's not connected with the machine with the previous one. It's not connected. Yeah, it doesn't. It's actually independent with the amount of items in this machine, because we want 40. In this case, we want all of them. So we don't want 80. We want 40. 40 of each in the next machine, and we don't really care about how many there are in the previous one. We just set the filters until there are 40 of each plus minus buffer in that one. And when I say machine, I mean storage, of course. Let's have zetas, thetas, gammas, and omegas. So basically, add the contents of this machine to minus of these, multiply all of them by -1, and use the set features here. Set features, just like this. Wait, why do you need everything? Oh yeah, you need everything because you have nothing, and that's basically a way to balance them. And we can do the same system here if necessary. Actually, we need to copy these. We can do it like this basically after copying everything. No need to do it right now. But if we have more, we can easily copy paste and scale these to store all these spheres. And one big improvement, actually, it was you, Faustus, who gave me who made me think about this. We actually need buffer chests here, because the idea is that these, when they put stuff in the active providers, we want them to ultimately be in a storage chest. So right now they're gonna be stored inside this one storage chest, and buffer chest. They are not gonna be having any requests, but they are gonna be used by robots to take items from these, because the chests which are balanced are these. These are the two chests which keep the balance. In each one of these is gonna be a balance. So that's how it is. And the final thing we need to do is the same as here. We need to be looking at the spheres that come back. We need to first of all be saving what these output. Here we have, you know what? Can we use filter mini loaders instead? Instead of having the just to make sure the throughput is faster. Oh, in that case, we'll need to have filter mini loaders here as well. No, we don't want to do that. We want to swing them, like we want to be more precise. This should also be once. Okay, it's fine. But for the inputs, we can be having this one, because input, it doesn't need to be precise. So what we need to do is every time these swing, we need to run a like a red belt, like same as we did here. I think here was the opposite. Red belts are the. Yeah, let's do the same. Red belts are the set feature ones. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, red belts are the enable disable ones. And actually no, that should be green. Here what we have is... let me remember how this works. Which one of you is the filter? -4. Okay, the red one is the set filter one. The red one is the set filter. Here we actually don't have a set filter. We just have an enable. We just have an enable, and let's have let's represent the enable by on a red wire, and the green wire should be the pulsing. Read hand contents in pulse mode. Oh, that's the sun, which doesn't have any protection. Oh, and by the way, we have Arcosphere alert. Arcosphere alert. I'm curious if my Arcosphere balancer is fast enough to support a Factorio of your size. You have one machine for each, right? And I don't think it's fast enough, because we had 4 machines like we have tons of machines with the previous balancer. We had tons of machines, and remember they were already struggling. All of the machines we had were already struggling, and you have only 8 of them, like 1 per recipe. So I don't think it would be like 1 wouldn't be fast enough. But as you said, we can easily expand it by copy pasting it many times, right? Big Bertha Uber 1. It has arrived to galactic gravel, where it might begin the collection of the spheres. Bam. Bam. Let's go. More spheres. So this green wire pulses on the arithmetic combinator here, which is a memory. And which we'll need to. Let's have it. Oh, let's have it. Hold on. Where is it stored? It's stored right here. And the belt which is coming in is that one. Yeah, let's put it here. I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one. So these on the green wire, they pulse into the memory. And stuff. Oh, we need to have a normal belt here, because we're going to be reading from it. Stuff which comes in into here. Oh, wait a second. This memory should be reduced by the items which are going back onto the other chest, because yeah, the items coming back through here should be converted to these and go back. Yeah, we need to do the same here, kind of the same. And again, we need only 4, but not like this. We basically need to transform 4 of them into others. So let's say lambdas are gonna determine the count of, because there are 4 into 4s. Lambdas are for zetas. Lambdas -1, and no, it's zetas -1, actually lambdas into lambdas. We have memorized, we have outputted these, and here we need to transform their processed outputs, like here zetas, thetas into x's, gammas into epsilons, and finally omegas into phis. So basically the outputs which end up traveling onto this one. Bam. Read hand contents in pulse mode. They are gonna be subtracting this memory. Like that. Yeah. And this memory needs to be connected with the grand total of spheres we have, just to memorize the fact that we have outputted them. And here we go. And the best part about it is that we're detecting what we sent out of the system. We're detecting what comes in. So the Arcosphere balancing can take as much time as it needs. It doesn't matter. We know exactly the final state based on like this memory. Oh, wait a second. We need to divide. We don't want to be outputting every single difference. We need to divide them. Here we divided them by 2. For the pairs, we will need to divide by 4, and here we need to divide the difference by 8. Oh, yeah, hold on. I think we just divide the green number by 8. Well, I'm also mining for galactic gravel. Hey, nice coincidence. Galactic gravel. Weren't your biggest issues deadlock and travel time? It was travel time, but it was only an issue because we were looking at the total amount of items inside the Roboport network to determine whether or not the spheres should be transformed. Were we to do it in a way where we don't care about the items in the network and look only at the chests with the same system, it's, for example, here we are using belts, right? But we could be very well using robots. It would be like, for example, these belts could put stuff inside a provider chest. and here this could take back this could feed from any sort of requester chest. It doesn't really matter. Actually, storage chests, for example, after everything is collected, like we could completely separate this part right hand side of the factory, which is basically the balancing. We know exactly which items need to be thrown away into the balancers. And there's the left side, which keeps track of counting and all of the items, and it should know the state of the system. It knows which items need to get out of the system and get balanced into which of the balancers. So and the way to balance them can actually be dynamic. Right now it's balanced because it's a challenge, but the beauty is that it doesn't matter. It could be it could be bots, it could be trains. It doesn't really matter. And deadlock is solved as well. Did you get more Arcospheres when you collect from different locations? Let me show you. If you go inside Informatron and you look at the Arcospheres, you can see that there are two separate values. There is one which is tracking all the Arcospheres you have collected in the interstellar void, which are basically from every single deep asteroid field. Every time you launch a satellite from the asteroid field, you have this value which increases from the total. And like the more you collect in general, the lower the curve gets, and basically you need to launch more and more satellites over time to get more. And there is a second value per field, which tracks, for example, 50 collectors in one field nets you 18, and that's always the same. For every single asteroid field, 50 gives you 18. And like 100 give you, I don't know, 25 or something. It's like logarithmic. But there is a separate one which counts the total ones. So basically, you get more of them initially faster, and as you expand, you get less and less. Basically, two curves, exactly 2 curves. One of them is the global one, and the other one is per field. How are you getting items from the 4x4 chests back into the system on the left? Oh, these are the buffer ones, right? These are for the products. All the products here are going to be requesting from buffer chests. Right now they are not, but they're going to be requesting from buffer chests. And they output into an active provider, which basically robots take it from here and put it in a storage chest, because these don't have any sort of requests. So the Arcospheres always flow from the output of the factories into a storage chest, which immediately gets emptied, pushed into balancers, into these balancing chests. They immediately balance whatever the imbalance state currently is, and rotate. I'm asking about the 4x4 chests. Oh, the 4x4, these ones. Oh yeah, these ones are basically just to make sure that we are batching the items. Like these 4 swing at once because they have the same enabled condition. They swing at the same time, and the 4 items which are in the chest, they get outputted in batches using this mini loader. And and how they get back? They get processed here, and these outputs are put them onto this belt, and they send them back into the other chest, because the top chest is for lambdas, phys, epsilon, and x's. For these, and the bottom one is for the other 4. So here, this factory transforms lambdas, phys. What? Am I always making a mistake, or do these recipe change from time to time? Hold on, it's zetas, thetas, and stuff. So the bottom chest is for zetas, thetas, gammas, and omegas. They produce lambdas, phys, epsilon, and x's, which go back inside the top chest. Inside. Oh wait. I understand what you mean. Oh man, I understand what you mean. They should not go inside this chest. They need to go all the way back towards the initial one. Yeah. Oh. Indeed. So these 2 are incorrect. They need to go all the way back to the entry point. Can we go through this system? How far can this one go? It actually can. You know what? Let's do it like this. Bam. So this one They both go into the system. Do they need to get merged? No, because we need to be checking. We need to be checking them separately. So something like this. It is a bit weird, but yeah. And these need to be connected to their respective. How are we gonna wire everything from here to there? Let's put one here. We can use 2 different wires here. We can use green wire for the top and blue wire for the... Or, oh wait, never mind. We can use the power poles. Hey, never forget the power poles. So let's have a U here. It's really weird to have our... I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like them. Because they don't fit. Like they're not snapping, but it's fine. Let's put them onto the like chests here, and then we're gonna be having one. I cannot even see it. Okay, on the chest is a bad idea. Hey, Dragonfield 23, welcome. Welcome back. Aren't you already recording when the spheres leave the storage chest? Yep, we are recording when they leave the storage chest, and we need to be recording when they go back inside. Because we are keeping track of the total number. We don't want to mess with the total number when they leave. And in order to kind of reset this count, we need to count them when they go back. Which is the whole reason why we're doing this mess right now. They don't look that good to me. Why do you need to see? Yeah, because every time they go out, the memory increases here, and it gets added to the total amount. Just to make sure that while they're traveling, we don't count the new value, the new amount of stuff without them. This is the whole point. And once they get back in, we're saying, okay, we have finished dealing with you, and you can sleep now. We're done. Hope it makes sense. These, and all the way here. And now the other one. These, and onto the other ones. You know what? Let's actually flip them. These are lambdas, zetas. So, lambdas and zetas. These are x's and thetas. These are epsilon gamma. And these are phi omegas. Like that. They are flipped here. We're subtracting. Bam. Okay, and they need to go inside their other memory. This is the other memory which stores these 4. Working in the same way, storing not like this. Going like that, and then from here it's also it also gets added with to the output of these. Okay, so whenever they go back in, here. Oh, by the way, read belt contents in pulse mode. Same here. I hope it's okay. Because the corner. Yeah, it should be okay. Like the corner stores 2 at a time, and these long ones store 6 at a time. By the way, if you didn't know. Missing a wire from that combi to green chest. Oh, exactly right. We want to be counting. This memory should be adding the total amount to the total. And that's it. The balancing of 4 to 4s is done. The balancing of 1 to 1s is done. And now the remaining part is the balancing of the 2 to 2s. So and now that we have the full scalable setup here. By the way, let's place a beacon. Yeah, let's place a beacon, and I think a beacon could reach 8 of them here. It's 16 even. Like if we put a beacon like this, oh yeah, that's good. That is good. Can we put it a little bit closer? Hold on. How can we tile? I think the tiling could be done. Well, let's actually place more of them, because we will need more in all cases. Let's see if a beacon can have all of them. Hey, Tense Dungeon with their raid. Thank you, Tense Dungeon. Hope your stream was doing well. Hope you are doing great. Hope you're doing great. Where would be a good spot? I think we want to have one space so that we don't go overboard with this. Yeah, let's have one space. Let's have one space between two of them. So the beacon placing actually makes a bit more sense. And we are not going to be making mistakes when placing more. We are finishing a review, not a review, but a... Let's have let's have 2 tiles of spacing just to make sure. Again, to make sure we're not making mistakes. Refactoring of Arcosphere balancing, which actually I'm enjoying very much to do it because it's combinators, it's very new. It's like a SC cover X, if you will. Yeah, and if we have only one, like again 2 tiles of difference between these now, what we can do is we can have these and put them like this as well with a new beacon, and we can scale them more and more when necessary. Yep. Oh, and a good part here. Wait, no, which one was it? I think it was this one. Yeah, the best part about this is that. Do we actually want to have... I was thinking about having this go all the way through. But it's fine. We don't need to be like saving anything here. We don't need to. We can, but we don't need to. Hey, Scale the Summit! Those warehouse chests you use, what was that from? This is AI industry, exactly, as Faustus says. Wait, it's not... It's a separate one. There is AI industry, and there is AI warehouses or warehousing mod. It's an optional mod. You don't have to use it, but you can use it if you want to. AI warehousing mod. So here we go. Here we go. We have a tileable build, and we can tile it even more if the speed here is not enough. Perfect. Let's now take care about the 222s. If it's a dependency, why I don't have them? Yeah, it's AI industries is a mandatory dependency, and AI warehouses is an optional one. Oh, it's a hard for a C0.6. Oh, that's good to know. That is good to know. But how doesn't it get mixed up with the Factorio chests? I believe Factorio also has the same kind of chests, or maybe they like replace each other. Not sure. Now, let's work with the build of 2 into 2s. This one is a little bit different from what we have seen before. I mean, it's a little bit different from others. And this one, we need to be taking both, for example, for here, we need to take both x's and epsilons and transform them into lambdas and phis. And it's different from this one and from this one. And we have a full side of the chest here just to make this happen. A full 6 sides. And you know what? Actually, I'd like to move this one like 1 tile to the left. This way, we're gonna be able to use this return one if necessary, which is gonna make things a little bit prettier. Ah, I didn't mean to make it. Yeah. Okay, so now how should we manage? We could do the same setup as here. To be honest, yeah, we could do the same. We can have the same one and putting them like this. You know what? I think I like this idea. I like this idea because it's gonna enable faster balancing. If we have 4, of them, it's fine if they have this. Oh, before that, we need to fix this. So we don't want to be looking at the difference between the count of these 4 as compared to these 4. We need to be looking at the difference divided by 8. Because, for example, if we have, let's say, if we have 32 of these and 0 of these. What we want is to end up with only 16 of each, right? With only 16 of each. It means 4 swings. It means 4 swings, and therefore the amount of green should be 4. And we had 32, so we need to divide the difference by 4 to make sure that we swing perfectly, like the correct amount of times. So here is a blue signal, a green signal divided by 4, by 8, and outputting itself. So this red wire here is not going directly here, but it's going through here and then here. Yep, and while I'm not forgetting anything, let's copy this towards the bottom and do the same G. Man, there's almost like the exact amount of space. We have 1 tile left for of free space. I'm so happy how this is compact. And also pretty good looking, if I may say so myself. Quite symmetrical, quite good looking. A bit of a nice overkill here, belt-wise. So we are doing the opposite here. We are doing the, you know what? Let's do it like this. Bam, 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 and just invert these to make. These ones are the blue ones, and these ones are now yellow ones. Zeta, theta, gamma, omega, minus lambda, phi, epsilon, z. Blues minus yellows. Ugh, I sneezed. And then we are dividing greens by 8. And this is what should enable these. Notice how we don't really have a delta here. Here we had a delta of -4. Should we have the same delta here? We could even do it after we have divided by 8, so it's normalized. Here we have it. Should we have a normal of -2 and apply it after the division? Here after we divide by 2. Oh yeah, it's actually after we divide by 2. So we allow up to 4 difference. This is to compensate the fact that once, like when these they output from chest to chest, they can for a second they end up being on these undergrounds, or maybe even here they end up being on these belts, right? And so they get out of the system. Oh my, that's actually a lot of. It might be actually not very good. It might not be very good to do it like this. You know what? I think this is a little bit. A little bad. It's a little bad. Let's instead have them go through a chest, so they don't travel for too long. As beautiful as it might look. I mean, if you think so, I would fully agree with you. As beautiful as it looks, I think they have to be traveling out through a chest so that they reach here as fast as possible. Because if they are not inside the chests, they are not being counted. And we could even count them all inside all of these. But if we read hand contents in hold mode, it might interfere with the balancing. Okay, never mind. So let's just make sure we count them inside. Yeah, it's just a chest they travel through. It doesn't really matter. It just makes it faster for this one to go from here to here. But yeah, I think ideally we want to like connect them. Okay. Yeah, I almost want to read everything here. I almost want to be reading these. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm worried about the. Just to make sure we don't really reach too big of an imbalance. And here they should be reading hand contents in hold mode for once. Yeah. Can we do it? Nah. Can we from the belt? Nah. No, it doesn't work. Why am I even trying? It doesn't work. Like that. Read hand contents in hold mode, and now this one is working. And same here. read all of them in hold mode. Make sure we could also do the same for these inputs, not for the outputs. So there's going to be a little bit of imbalance for the outputs, but we can do the same for all of the inputs here, just to make sure we count as precisely as possible, as closely as possible. Might be overkill, but didn't you already design this portion of the build above? You mean this one? We have designed one-to-ones, and this is we have designed the operation 1, the first operation which transforms lambdas into phees, phees into lambdas, like 1-to-1. And the one which we haven't designed is the 2 into 2s. Here is both epsilons, x's into lambdas and omegas. And this one is 4 into 4s. So there are 3 separate designs to do, depending on the transformation. Or maybe you're talking about this. Not sure. By the way, as we expand this chest to go, like, to have more spheres, we will need to be careful about this. The input should be coming back into the storage chest. But it's fine. Like, one day, like, it's not like we are having tons more Arcospheres non-stop. Oh, we have a... Hold on. Does that mean you are done? Yep, you're done. You're done. Go to Novice Orbit with your 10 spheres. Right now we're collecting 10 spheres per trip. Wait. I thought it was 18. Wait, how is it only Oh, no, it's 20. Okay, never mind. 2 rows, so 20 spheres, so 18 of them are contributing towards the per field curve, and 2 of them are contributing towards the deep interstellar void. So after we collect from a bunch of fields, maybe one day we are going to be having only 1 instead of 2 contributing to the total. My train network is a failure. So many mistakes have been made. I'm going to do things very differently. That's the best part. That's the best part. Spotting where what could be improved and then doing it way better. I have tons of things I will improve for the next playthrough. Tons of things I know are not very good. So, like, biggest one being lack of, like, I really don't like working on Novice right now because of the lack of a global coverage. Like, it's just painful to place everything. And also so many lakes. I'd like to reduce the lake amounts. And I haven't provided myself with shortcuts, with the tools to facilitate some constructions, such as, for example, having a dedicated, I don't know, concrete, landfill, and anything and everything. Okay, I think this is. Hold on, I forgot what we were doing. Oh, this. Did we finish reading these? So they should not be enabled. None of these should be enabled, yeah, none. And, like that, none, and read hand contents in pulse mode, and then I'd like to do the same for these. It's a little bit efficiency improvement, but just to make sure the counting is correct, because after all, this is kind of the final build. I'd like it to be as perfect as possible, as close as perfect as possible. The receivers here. Yep, none and hold mode. Okay, good. So all of them are contributing to the count, and the count here is we are kind of shifting everything by 4 after dividing. Should we do the same and shift by 4 before multiplying so that the imbalance doesn't grow? Like, basically what this means is that after we have counted how many phees as opposed to how many lambdas we have, for example, we have 8 and 0, right? We divide by 2, so we know that we need to input 4. But we still subtract these 4. Maybe 4 is too much. Maybe in that case 4 is too much. Having difference of 4. Let's have difference of 2, and let's make it a standard. Difference of 2 here. So we want to do the same. Yeah, difference of 2 here. We have these. And also do the same. And by the way, bam! Using the last remaining slot. This is like perfection. Oh my god, this build. -4 of every single one of these. No, not every single one, but the ones we choose to... Oh, here all we need to do is to do -2 green signals. Is to do green signals represent the sum, and we want to allow up to 2 difference. So -2 green signals here, -2 green signals here, and they use all of the space. This is so good looking. I mean, of course, some of you might disagree. Some of you might find this to be a big mess, which I would not disagree either. I wouldn't disagree with either. Hold on, why are these green? No, that's a mistake. That is a mistake, and as you have... Yeah, look at the signals here. It's a mistake to make it green, because the greens are the memory. It needs to be red. It needs to be red. Bam. Wait, what just... No, this one, the constant combinator needs to be connected with the red, with the output of the calculation, and to not swing until we have up to 2 difference of the 4 to 4s. Hold on, do these have a red connection? No, they don't. The ones above do, though. That's a mistake. Okay, done. Perfection if you were a crazy hoarder. Exactly. I'm always I'm a hoarder in all of the video games. Whenever there is a consumable, I never use it. I gotta say, you really don't need 6 milliliters for each connection. One should do the trick. Yeah, Foster said the same thing. Foster said like there is never gonna be like this throughput of the Arcospheres. But yeah, the reason was a stylistic one. Like we are kind of covering everything here, and yeah, it's mostly stylistic. We will never need 768 hours per second. It's an opportunity to use super belts. Like, it's the first time we're using super belts. Actually, it's kind of fitting that we are doing it for the spheres. Oh, by the way, let's have a look at the ship. Speaking about stuff which we are waiting for, there is a ship which was supposed to colonize. I don't even remember how it was called. Oh, Automad Lab. Yeah, it was supposed to colonize another sun, and here we are. Here we are at the sun. Here we are at Tanius orbit. So let's actually start. Yeah, I forgot to put some alarms on it. And what we need to do here is make sure that we first of all have all of the, like right now. We need to make... Oh, the point is to colonize... This is the sun. This is another sun. And we need to place down this machine, the dimensional anchor. And the first thing to do is to place down these 8 turrets. So let's do so. Did I also... Yeah, we have some Arcosphere chests. Hold on, only 7? Oh, I think we needed only 4. Yeah, that's fine. Let's have some... And we did overkill some landfill, right? For the... Yeah. Good thing we did overkill. And we can combine some of these. Super belts. This is an Armada deep space belt. It's deep space belt. It's the last belts you unlock with the space exploration. 64 items a second, which apparently share the speed with the Factorio ones. Wait, maybe it's not a good idea to be placing these first. Actually, no, it's because they're draining the power from the ship. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Like, ship has a little bit of power to spare. Ship has 1 gigawatt and they're consuming like 20 each, right? Yeah. So it's fine. And do something like this. Put down requester chest. Like for the first one, we can be manual. But for the like second one and going forth, oh god, that's annoying. This bug is annoying, and I cannot even update the mods because it's now SC 0.6. Did I forget to? Oh my god, I might have forgotten to place, to grab more. Oh no, I think we have enough superchargers, right? I think we should be having enough. So let's put one here. And let's begin the... do we have pylons? Yeah, oh my god. I think it was you, Faustus, who, thanks to you, I did an overkill on pylons and superchargers. It's all thanks to you. And let's place the dice and tiles. So we have calculated that we need exactly 8 of them. We didn't land in a very neat spot. How should we place them? We need 8, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 are gonna be like this. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, one full circle is 7. Oh no, and we need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is gonna be the 8th one? At the top, at the bottom? Ah, this is annoying. We can put one at the very bottom or at the very top. It doesn't really matter. Okay, let's place them. By the way, how far does the network go? Yeah, it needs to go until the center at least, and then they should be able to construct here. Superchargers are useless if you can't store the bots. Do you have reports? Oh, there is a report on the ship. There is a report on the ship which stores the bots, and I don't plan on leaving the bots here. There's gonna be no there's gonna be no maintenance. The only thing that would be useful would be to actually feed these with ammo. But how much ammo do we have? 665, and we have 4 chests. Let's go 115 into each. Hoping it's gonna be enough. By the way, what's the energy now? Yeah, we're producing 165 mega. Like, we're almost covering all of the needs with this amount of plates. And there's one. Oh yeah, we need to bring another supercharger here. They will be here. Yep, exactly. I'm not planning on leaving the bots. This is just to have the beam powered up, and that's all. So again, no need for any sort of shenanigans. So these are being placed. We can just have it built, pre-built, and look at it. UPS dropping every time. I should go back soon, shortly. And I think all of these are kind of covered within. Yeah, all of these are kind of covered within the construction zone. Okay, let's continue working here. The build we need to design is again this one, and this one is we're gonna be having swings of pairs, and this full build needs to take 4 items at a time. So I feel like we should be putting 4 of them. Should be doing the same as here, and basically having 4 of them. Actually, you know what? Now that there's nothing in the chest, they can be here, and we can be doing this. And again, we will decide about the belt colors in a second. This is like the final artistic touches. And here we go. So these ones are they need to be looking at. Wait a second. I think I have forgotten something. Not forgotten, but I have again misjudged the input belts. They're coming back into buffer chests, but while the items are outside of the chests, while they're being processed, we are keeping the memory of how many items we have in total, but we are not doing so for the purpose of balancing items from the total chest into these ones. So we are always gonna be having more of these items. Basically, the point is we are sending we are sending 80 of each item from this chest to this chest. So we're going to be using about 400 slots, because of the overkill inside of this chest, and we have only 100 slots to spare. So if you feed, like, of course, these are the chests from where we get the items, but ideally we want to output them here. We only have 100 slots to spare. We only have 100 slots to spare. So I think this memory should also be taken into account the balance. Or no, it shouldn't, because we're going to be waiting for resources. So yeah, we do need to have this belt feeding into the chest backwards here. We need to have this belt feeding into the chest backwards, and we want to be reading it and inputting values here. Basically, we are going to be having 4 or even like 6 input belts, because we're going to be having the second one from these. Yeah, inevitable. This is a little bit unfortunate. It's a bit far. Yeah, I don't think it's something we can avoid doing. It's fine. Let's just do it. So for this, we're going to be having 2 belts. We're going to be having one which combines lambdas and phis. So going back here, and another one which is going to be combining the other 2, the other pairs. Going back here, actually here, and we want to be reading these and send them right there. So we will need to reuse these small pylons, however you want to call them. And we need two sets here. We need, let's connect the other one once we place everything, or else I'm going to be forgetting where it is. So here we want to be connecting the wires and reading these. Again, enable and not enable, but read on pulse mode. They're going back inside the system, and this one's gonna be for the ones from here. Actually, yeah, it's fine. Okay, balancing. So these are gonna be enabled. They are all the same. They are all of the same. They can all be connected together, because here we have 2 sets of 2, and here we have 1 set of 4, similar as to here, but it's gonna be, this one is gonna be a little bit faster than others because it has twice as many inserters per the amount of spheres we're gonna be having. But this is all Gucci. Now, they will be pulsing either 2 sets or the other 2, so we need to have a similar system to this one, but it's gonna be a little bit easier because we only have 2 now. So we are gonna be having one of these and then one of these. Let's put them here, and we are gonna be checking. So these 2, they transform epsilons and x's into lambdas and phis, and the opposite one. So we need to be reading epsilons plus phis. Yeah, like the not epsilons, x's and epsilons and x's. These output blue. Wait, I think we can do better here, because we need to set them all to be epsilons. We're gonna be having 2 tiles. Oh, wait a second. We have 2 machines. We have 2 sets of machines. Yeah, it's one operation. It's either epsilon phis into lambdas and z's, or lambdas z's into epsilon phis. So it's fine. All of these 4 hands could be working on the same. Like they're going to be having either epsilon phis or gammas and z's. However, we need to select which ones are doing what. Yeah, we will need this because like the difference between these configuration and this one is here that these filters are static. They are tied to their values, to their items. But for these, they are set dynamically using set filters. It's a little bit different. But in the end, because we want to be having the exact same amount, they need to be working the same as these. They need to be working the same as these. Or do they? Hold on. Because I'd like to reuse the hands. If we have more lambdas and fees and epsilonic z's, two of them should be saying lambdas fees. Okay, let's be smart here. It's the most complicated one actually of all. So the idea is we either want to output both x's, epsilons, or lambdas and fees, but we want to use all of the four hands to output two of the items. And the second condition is that we want two of them to be focused on one of the items and two of them to be focused on another one of the items. So let's see here. First of all, let's start with not with the hands, but with the condition itself. We are reading the state of the chests, and we are checking whether we have more epsilons and x's as opposed to lambdas and fees. If we have these, then we output a green signal. Actually, I'd like to output. Okay, you know what? The some simplifications. Already some improvements. We're going to be having two sets. So actually, not these comparisons. We need comparisons like that, and we're going to be checking whether we have. Before comparing, we need to do the minus. We need to do the minus. We need to do the minus like this. So we are going to be comparing these two sets, and the difference is going to be green, right? But actually, let's put it here. This green difference is not going to be directly set inside of these, but we're going to be having two machines, actually two, yeah, not arithmetic, two conditions. Let's wire. Hold on, let's wire. Let's wire here, and let's wire these. They're going inside. The check is getting inside here. If you have a proper belt-based mole on novice, do you have a proper belt-based mole, or do you just use bots? Just use bots. Just use bots. In the new EC version, you need Cryonite to get the logistic network research. So if you want to have a mole before going to space, you need to build it with bolts. Oh my god. Yeah, I think I remember the logistics requirements, but I haven't realized you have to do the mole with the bots before, because you need a mole. If you don't have a mole, that's actually a good, like, not a motivation, but it pushes you to build a mole with belts. From what I've seen, most people do the bare minimum setup on novice and rush Cryonite outpost so they can so they can set up full bot mole. That's also a good idea. Actually, yeah, you can just rush the minimal amounts and do the research and then do everything, unless the research is super expensive. Hey, Kvach, welcome back. I spent the last 3 days trying to design a new mole for my next playthrough, but it's way harder than in vanilla because of many input items. I think I found a good solution though. Oh, let's have a check. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Still get around personal logistics, so it isn't maddening. Hey, thank you for following, Aragonfeld23. Thank you for following. Let me open the image for so you don't have to switch. I'm playing dangerous game right now. I'm in the midst of logic. I'm distracting. I'm letting you distract me. It might turn off very badly as to the final solution, but it's fine. So here's Kanos belt mole. Oh, so what? Okay, you have all of the. I guess these represent belts, right? You have like 2 belts per item, or 4 for iron, and you have rotating cars. I haven't realized at the first glance, but these are cars. These are cars on the belt. Actually, this is pretty neat. It is pretty neat. And then you feed... yeah, you have some like smartly placed stuff one near another where you know that these feed into the next one. And some fluids. You just have cards. And wait, do cards need to stop? Do cars... It's like... It's basically like moving chests. Right? It's like moving chests. And the best part is... I don't know how many inventory they have. What if you overkill the inventory with the least used item? Or do you have a logic for that? That is amazing. Thanks, I hate it. I don't hate it, but it's really... Like, the cars are really like moving chests, right? You take from them... I've seen some Reddit posts about it, but it was mostly a meme. But I can see the application. It makes everything a bit neat, kinda neat. But yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. Not as strong as Faustus, but I still have mixed feelings. Every car has 80 slots, so you can have 80 different... Oh, you can filter them, right? You filter them to have the each like some slots per item. Filter inventory. Okay, I knew it. I knew it. Featured inventory like this. Neat. That is neat. Every car has a role. Man, moving chests is the new meta. I feel like it's still an exploit. It does feel like an exploit right now. Back to logic. Oh yeah, I haven't lost focus, by the way. I have kept the focus in a back memory. So we have blues minus yellows, and the idea here is that we're gonna be looking at the green signal. Looking at the green signal basically lets us know whether we need to get rid of both x's epsilons, or whether we need to get rid of lambdas and phis, depending on its sign, if it's positive or negative. Let's move it one tile below. Let's put our usual chest here, and let's have the green signal -2. Oh, we need to divide. First of all, we need to divide it. Let's do it like that. Let's do the division. Divided by... And this time we need to divide it by 4. For the 4 to 4s we divide by 8. For the 2 to 2s we divide by 4. For the 1 to 1s we divide by 2. Here we divide by 4. Let's keep the chain going. Divide by 4. Add it to the values of the items. These are No, that's just the green signal. Add it to the green signal. No, we can't do it here. Hold on. We can't do it here. It needs to be per. Okay, let me start with the idea first, and you'll understand why we cannot do it right away. So we are going to be having 2 of these combinators, which are both going to be checking the green signal. And if the green signal... if they're gonna be... Hold on. Disconnect these. This one's gonna be connected to these 2, and this one's gonna be connected to these 2. And the idea is to basically... no, these need to be the conditions. These need to be the conditions. So if red wires everywhere. If the blue signal is negative, it means that no. If it's positive, it means that x's and epsilons win. We have more x's and epsilons, so the output should be x's and epsilons. And we can basically, the idea is to have both of them. These 2 inserters are going to be outputting x's, and these are going to be outputting epsilons. So whenever we need to output both x's and epsilons, all 4 of them are going to be working at once, but these 2 are going to be concentrating on x's, and these 2 are going to be concentrating on epsilons. Which is very, like, all 4 of them can be working at once. And at the same time, if it's the opposite variation, so these two are going to be concentrating on lambdas, and these two are going to be concentrating on phis, which allows us to have all four of them work at the same time. We just need to enable them when they need to be enabled. So the first two are enabled when the green signal, when we have more of Xyz and I think we can actually connect all of them. We can actually connect all of them. They're enabled when it's green. Actually, green signal here is a little bit misrepresentative. The green signal represents the fact that we have more of X's and epsilons. We have more of X's and epsilons. So let's output. Yeah, let's use it another signal here so we don't mix it up. Let's have a cyan. Let's have cyan. Looks a bit too much like blue. Let's use pink. So pink signal here. Pink signal divided by 4. It's a little bit weird, but we need more signals. Pink signal divided by 4. So this is the, it represents, like if it's negative, we have more lambdas phis. If it's positive, we have more x's and epsilons. And now, if the pink signal is positive, we output, we want to, oh, wait. This needs to be dynamic because they have both values, and in this current condition they will output absolutely everything. They need to be dynamic, and this is where we need two combinators, two very specific combinators, two constants, and this is going to be tiled with wired with the combinator and another logic signal. Cars a bit finicky. Do all the cars have the same filter? Yeah, cars are a bit finicky on belts, so they can get pushed off the belt in some scenarios. Once you solve all that, it's really strong. Kinda cheaty, I agree. A bit compared to advanced fleet handling, it's nothing. But compared to advanced fleet handling, it's nothing. Is it though? But actually, yeah, moving chests is not something that the game supports out of the bat. Hey, Fernando X is long time no see indeed. Long time no see. Long time. You're joining straight into the midst of a Arcosphere logic, which is a little bit, we are a little bit towards the end of the process of the logic, so it would be hard to explain everything. But I'm finishing configuring these four. I'm finishing configuring these four, and they need to be. Hold on, there is a small issue to solve before we have these. We actually want to make sure. We actually want to make sure. Basically, what we need to do is have two constant combinators still, and the constant combinators, because we want to enable all of them at once. We want to enable all of them at once, but we cannot have this value. It should either be x's and epsilons or lambdas and phis. So let's do it like that. Let's do it like that. We have x's and epsilons. We have one of which in this chest. X's and epsilons. One of which in this chest, and here we're going to be having lambdas. There might be an easier way to do it, but I'm trying to follow the natural thought process, so it's I'm not confusing myself. And the idea is that when the difference between the sums is below, if it's positive, we want to be outputting the left side. If it's positive, we are outputting green from the left. We are outputting green from the left, and the green from the left, basically, actually, you know what? If it's positive, we output. They have to be a bit different. We output the input count, basically. If we output the input count provided on the green wire, so it doesn't get mixed up. And here is the green wire for this one. And this one is the opposite. If it's negative, then we provide the input count, the input count of these. We provide the input count of these, and this is how we can do the set filters. However, if you do it like this, all of them are going to be having both epsilons and x's. But I'd like to have the first, the above to have epsilon x's or like epsilons or phis, and the bottom ones should be having x's or lambdas. How can we do that? We need two more machines. We need two more machines, something like this, like to make it a little bit symmetrical. These need to have input count. So one of each here, or one of each here. We have all of them. Basically, we need a machine per set of these, basically. And here we have epsilons x's, which need to go. How can we do it with the minimal amount of combinators? I'm a little bit confused. Epsilons. We want epsilons to be set filters here, and man, we almost need 4 combinators, like 2 per side, 2 per side. It's a little bit too much. If we have epsilons here, you set filter epsilon. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't want to be thinking for too long, and these are gonna be the other two. So if epsilons are positive, output epsilon. If x's are positive, output x's. And here is gonna be lambdas and phis. A little bit too many combinators, but it's pretty straightforward, so should be easy to understand and not get mixed up. I don't like much the Factorio logic things, despite being a programmer, because it reminds you of work, right? I have the same thought sometimes, but the big difference between work and Factorio is that you don't have to do it. Like Factorio, no one is forcing you to do this, which makes it enjoyable for me. And I'm always quoting the. How many of you guys have played Dragon's Dogma? The RPG by Capcom. Dragon's Dogma. There is, I mean, it's the only related point of what I'm talking about is at the very beginning of the game, there is a black screen with a sentence, with a quote from one. Actually, he was called Henri de Régnier, a French philosopher or something, and the quote is in French, and it roughly translates to. It translates to. Let me. Hold on. I'd like to not make a mistake. Okay, the delicious and always new pleasure of a useless occupation. That's what it said. Kinda literal translation, but you get it. A delicious and ever new pleasure of a useless occupation. Meaning that basically when you do something that is completely and utterly useless, such as playing a video game, for example, it has a special pleasure to it. It has a special taste that is unmatched by simply because it's useless, and people take pleasure doing useless things. Actually, maybe the reason is because like you feel sort of freedom when you do useless things. That's how I interpret them. And this quote actually had I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. That's what I mean. I think I have it, but I've never touched it. You should give it a try. It's an amazing RPG. If you like action RPGs, the game itself is cool. Like, of course, it's not perfect. There are a lot of things to criticize, but I really liked it. The game itself. But it's the what I was talking about, mostly for this case. Okay, let's have these. We're gonna be having set filters, and basically what we need to do is connect all of them. we have the input counts here of the respective chests here, and what we need to do is we need to connect. I think it's fine if we connect all of them together and get them all into the inputs here. Now we know exactly which needs to be outputted. Here we have the filters, and we are gonna be setting filters. So if it's either epsilon x's or lambdas and phis, and the idea is that if it's epsilons or phis, epsilons are going onto these two, but x's are going onto these two. That's the whole point of this mess. But if it's lambdas, epsilons x's, lambdas and phis. Yeah, if it's lambdas, it's going. If it's both, because it can only be both lambdas phis or both epsilons and x's. But if it's both lambdas and phis, lambdas are going here and phis are going there. And this is the mess I wanted to come up with. So what that does basically. All of this, what that does is whenever we have more epsilons and x's as opposed to lambdas and phis, these two inserters output epsilons, and these two inserters output x's, and that's basically it. And all of the other other three combinations. There are. I'm currently locked out of my Steam account. Oh, really? Oh, you had a double authentication. My phone was stolen. I'm suffering with support to remove. I have a big issue with this. As a programmer, I have a big issue with the two-factor authentication, which everyone says you need to install. It's good only if you're thinking in terms of like computer safety, IT safety. It is bad when your phone can actually disappear, gets broken, or gets stolen, because you're going to be locking yourself, like you're linking your security to a physical object, and the moment this physical object is stolen, removed, or like whatever happens with it, you cannot authentify. Like you should always be able to kind of automatically cancel it through maybe a third layer of security. It becomes messy. I don't know, but I never liked the two-factor authentication personally, exactly because I had the same issue. So as some of you know, I am a French citizen, and I don't live in France. But last time I went to France, I went for 2 weeks, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, before the COVID. I went to France for Christmas to spend Christmas with my family. The first evening I arrive in Paris, I get my phone stolen. That's living in Japan for you. You stop paying attention to your stuff. Like you don't think that stuff can get stolen because you are not used to it anymore, because Japan is super safe. But the moment I went back to France, it was a cold bucket realization of the reality of things. I came here to get some items, so let's do that. And it's also a bit annoying every time you want to authenticate, you need to pull out your phone and check the code and whatnot. So it is safe from IT perspective, but it's unsafe if you consider you're linking the security to a physical object, and it's also annoying to use, which is why I'm not a big fan of it. I think we should find something else. You're saying there's an open market for pickpockets in Japan? There is. However, be aware that in Japan, the camera surveillance system, especially in public places, is incredibly sophisticated. Like they can identify every single person. There was actually a famous story where there was like a crime. I don't really remember what kind of crime, but a guy walked into metro. He had like a very normal outfit, and he was tracked across lots of changes of stations all the way to his house, and 5 minutes after police went in. So if you're doing an obvious crime, like you need to make sure no one notices, because if someone notices and like screams or something, everyone is gonna be like pointing at you, and you're gonna be caught. So it is an open market because no one is paying attention. But the moment you get caught, it's super harsh. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend. And of course, like what am I saying is, if it's not obvious, it's half a joke, because of course no one should be trying to steal stuff. But if you were to do so in Japan, because no one does that, and you stand out way more than elsewhere. Like everyone in the police, you're gonna be the only person in the police station. They won't be having any other perpetrator in years. So you will stand out too much, anyways. Okay, we have done these. We have. Wait, I didn't pick the. Oh, I wasted the concrete. There was some concrete. Okay, hold on. Let me get some concrete. This is where I'm noticing the struggle, like of multitasking as opposed to. Like I'm speaking, but I'm not doing stuff, right? Sometimes I'm able to do some basic stuff, but right now I need to be thinking. So if I'm talking, the progress is not there. I want to practice. I'd like to practice. So keep the conversation going. I'd like to practice multitasking, multitasking, circuitry, and speaking. In Japan, you can literally leave stuff on the table and go to exactly. You can do that. And one day I paid. I pay. Normally there's no tips and nothing, and I left a bill of 1,000 yen. I didn't want like there was like only 2-3 yen to get back, and I left it on the table on the counter, and I left. And the employee actually went out of the restaurant. She ran after me to give me back the 3 yen. 3 yen, it's nothing, but she ran after me to give me back the money. Like if you lose something, if you drop your wallet, you're gonna get it at a police station, full of money, no issues. No one is touching your stuff. They respect Japanese people respect other people's belongings. I think it's actually Buddhism influence or education, but in all cases it's amazing. I've never been to Japan, always wanted to go. The country is amazing for as a traveler. Some people don't recommend living here. I am kind of mixed. Like there are things to enjoy, lots of things to enjoy, like the safe style of life. But also there are other things to not enjoy, such as you are always gonna be excommunicated. You are always gonna be like you are never gonna be integrate properly. So yeah, but as a tourist, it's amazing. Very safe, cool stuff to see, cool stuff to do. A bit too much focused on money, I would say, because it's like tourists bring money, and everyone likes tourists for that. Also, like an entertainment. But yeah, I'm okay with that personally. I mean, I have been standing out of out of place everywhere throughout my life, so I'm kind of used to that. Have not been born in France. I have already been standing out in France as well. This is why I'm not. I don't really mind. Like it's a style. It's a lifestyle I have always. I'm used to that. So yeah, but I do recommend Japan if you have an opportunity. Right now, I think it's still bad COVID wise, but it's once it calms down. Please come visit. I've been once to Kagoshima. Next time I want to go to Aomori. The Kagoshima. They have famous sake there. I mean, they have famous stuff per region. Okay, I need to put my concentration back on track here for a second. Let me try to start doing something, and then I can keep talking. Okay, where are? We need to get started with the build. So here normally it should be good. I haven't tested that, so I have no idea if this is working at all. Like it's just wired. It's just wired. I have no idea if this is working. And by the way, there is something I didn't do yet. Is the memory stuff. So we need to do the memory. We need to do the. Oh, and also another thing I did not do is limiting like multiply by 2. So ideally here. Oh, that's good. We can actually do it like this. We can use these combinators. Let's put them next to this. This one is checking whether the ping signal is negative, or whether the difference is negative, right? So we can compensate for the we can offset it by +2 here, and we can offset the other one by -2 here. So because this one is checking whether they are positive, and we want to allow some leeway, so we add -2 to this one and +2 to this one, because this one is checking for negatives. So this is what I wanted to do, and the other thing I wanted to do is the these, they pulse. The same as here, they need to pulse inside a memory. They need to pulse inside a memory, which is gonna get a reset by a... oh, there is these... Oops. Oh god. I just hit my microphone, it fell on the keyboard. Okay, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. How should we belt these? Maybe we should be like coming from here with the belt, like so we have some space and we can get out from here. Okay, so let's see. We have these ones which pulse onto the memory. So green wire here, and the feedback lane. Actually, you know what? Do we need to go all the way? Can we just add to the system? Yeah, it's either from these or from these. Yeah, we have to go. We have to connect these with the wire anyways. Because these connect to the memory, so it's either these go all the way here or these go all the way there. So it's fine. This one comes back, and we need to subtract. We need to subtract the complements. We need to subtract the complements. They always go by 4. That is unchanged. That is unchanged. You know what? Let's actually move the memory to the right and have these stay here, because like they're gonna be coming in from the left anyways. The memory could be actually in the front. So these are the complements. We are transforming either epsilons, x's into lambdas and phis. So epsilon, oops, it was correct. Epsilon here becomes, let's say, a lambda, and epsilon x's, x becomes phi. Epsilon x's into lambdas phis, and this one is the opposite one. We have lambdas, and actually this one was the lambda one, lambdas and phis into epsilons and x's. Epsilon here and x's here. Basically, we kinda map these two into these two. It doesn't matter which one. It could be lambda into epsilon and phi into xi. It doesn't really matter. We need to because we always transform 2 into 2, so we know that we gain 2, we lose 2. We need to get them back. And these. Nah, I think memory should be below. It's a little bit more. It makes more sense because it's kind of in between, like that. So these output into the memory as well. Once they get pulses, and the pulses should be coming from the left-hand side. Let's do that. Man, I want to put these in a way that they don't get mixed up with everything else, but it's kind of hard. Well, let's go through here. Let's go through here. Put it here, and put it here, and put it here, kind of next to each other. This is not exactly strict science, but it's fine. So, and this is the second belt is the one coming from these. Okay, same stuff here. Read belt contents in pulse mode, and this is done. And this is done. Now, these chests will contain either a sets of lambdas phis or sets of epsilons x's. And what we can do here, we can already have 2 belts. We don't need to. We don't really need. If we use the mini loader, we're sure that all of them are going to be outputted, like, because we output them 2 by 2. 2 of them swing at. Oh, actually, no, wait. 4 of them swing at the same time. This is optimized. It's way more optimized than other ones, but it's fine. So this one is gonna be for lambdas and phis, which need to be transformed into epsilons and x's, and this one is gonna be for epsilons and x's, like that. So we have 2 of them. We have 2 of them, and let's let's remove these for now. I mean, anyways, the build is gonna be here. Let's work on the build itself. So the idea is have this, but we want to be. I think here as well using half a belt for both items is fine. Do we want to be using half a belt here? Do we want to be using half a belt? I think we kinda want to. Let's see. So this is not gonna be. I think the setup here is pretty easy. The setup here should be. Actually, it's not that easy. 4 of them take the item from the belt. 4 of them. All 4 machines need to take an item. All 4 machines need to have an item. Oh, this is lambdas and fees. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We can change the way they are. Oh, Mr. Message. Enable DSS 3 and 4 requester chests to pull from buffer, so they work while you finish the design. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, yeah, we could actually see if you can handle the factory. we could do that. However, we need to not have a requester chest here in that case for now. Let's have a normal storage one. In there is going to be a normal one. In there is going to be a storage, because the items need to go back to these. And let's see here. What we need to do is to basically request from buffers. Wait, they aren't in the buffer. No, they are. Wait, is it the global? No, it's not the global network. Right? They're unconnected. Yeah. What's going on here? Zeta's request from buffer chests does not work. Satisfaction. Oh, because we don't have robots. Oh yeah, I've moved this chest and they haven't put robot back. Okay. Okay, these chests as well. Let's see if your if your design can handle everything. And by the way, I have improved your design by placing the white area beacons too. So it's kind of an enhanced version of your design. 10 may be low. Okay, let's have 20. Because I don't want to have to fill this chest with like everything. Because it cannot fit 50 of everything, right? Or does it matter? Request all. Yep, and finally, I used T9 speed models in mind. The requester chest pull, the requesters pull the spheres from back from provider chest. Yep. I understood that part. Hehe. But you know, we have a lot of stuff building with speed models as well. So let's see how it goes. So let's see. Yeah, I think your real bottleneck is not actually the speed of the machines. Your bottleneck is the hands here, right? These two hands. They work non-stop. They work non-stop. This is your bottleneck. Maybe instead of the hands, you might you can try to fit mini loaders, filter mini loaders instead of the hands. And you pulse back what the output, so immediately you know to increase the speed. And also maybe use a bigger chest. But maybe at some point the bottleneck is going to be the amount of machines. You can double the speed by using 4x4. Oh yeah, you can use 4x4. Yeah, you can use or maybe 6x6 if you can find a way to feed it. Yep. But at least it's working. That's better in all cases. Okay, we need. Oh, guys, it's 1:28. It's my time to go. Oh no, couldn't finish this build, unfortunately. Couldn't finish this build between all the talking. But tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday, and I'm planning to make a bigger one, a bigger stream. A Saturday stream. I'd like to have Saturday streams be a little bit bigger than weekdays, because weekdays I'm limited by my work, but on Saturdays the limiting factor is usually like real life stuff. So maybe tomorrow somewhere at 9 p.m. Japan time, somewhere around these, like basically one hour earlier than now, or maybe even 2 hours. It depends on I really want to finish this build. I want to finish it, and I think we might be having. Oh yeah, the ship is right here. The ship is here. It's already. Let's send it to the other one. Oh yeah. Before we leave, man, I need to be doing lots of stuff elsewhere. For example, here, we need to be placing these Dyson tiles, and also placing these, and then the last one, I'm not sure, we can feed it here, but it won't look very good. I think we should feed it all the way above for it to look good. Or maybe it's fine. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. This one is the fastest one. Yeah, I think surrounding the base would be the best choice. Let's put it. Just trying to help finish the current research, so it's ready by the time you finish your Arco design. Yeah, that's yeah. Keep nagging me. It's fine. And you're correct in the prioritization. So I don't mind at all. Don't mind the nagging. Galactic Gravel is done. Let's do the Sands of Time. Oh, that reminds me of Prince of Persia. Amazing games. The Sands of Time. Bam bam. Do this. And make sure we have everything. Yeah, we should be having everything. The Arcospheres. Oh, by the way, we need to bring these into the network and launch. Actually, we can bring these once everything is done, so that we can test if everything is balancing properly. Okay, and the last thing. Okay, before ending, let's add a new order for these. Nah, it's not exactly possible. We need to finish until they like place on the landfill and stuff to add the final order. Order 62. Not sure, it reminds me more of Heroes of the Storm Chromie or an old game called Magic Carpet. I don't know Magic Carpet, and I haven't really played Heroes of the Storm. I used to play LoL, like many people. I played League of Legends for 2 years. Maybe 2 or 3 years. When it was super popular. I mean, it's still kind of popular, but I played it like 5 years ago. Finished playing it 5 years ago. A bit of Dota. I didn't like Dota. Didn't like much. But yeah. Okay, guys, I have to be going. Let me send you somewhere. And yeah, keep in mind the quote by Henri de Régnier. Not sure how you pronounce it. Henry de Régnier. I cannot imitate the English reading of a French word. But yeah, play Dragon's Dogma. If you like RPGs, action RPGs, different classes, killing epic monsters, it's a great game. Loco is playing Factorio. Loco is playing Factorio. Guys, I want to raid Loco. I used to watch him a lot when I used to play StarCraft. Raiding a big streamer is weird. Guys, I want to raid Loco. I used to watch his videos.
Yeah.
He's funny.
That'll do.
Yeah, that looks like something we need.
We're just gonna put them like around this
You got
patch,
more
right?
cover?
For once, I will raid a someone who has 400 viewers. Okay, guys, thank you all for watching, and see you next time, hopefully tomorrow. And enjoy the weekend. Enjoy Friday evening. Bye bye. Oh, I need to wait 5 seconds until the red starts. And I'm going. Bye bye.